Well, thank you. The glees, as you did indicate, more or less an outcome of my experience with the Yale Glee Club. But even before then, before I went to America, I wrote quite a few things for male voices. But of course, the refining of male voice writing came from my experience in the United States, especially with the Yale Glee Club, where there's a wide repertoire of male voice songs. But when I was doing my degree in 1963, after all your exams, there is a viva voce. The professors have all your marks on their table. They're already looking at you. And from the attitude, you'll know whether you've already passed or not. But the professor, the head of the department, said to me, you know, what we want you to do is that what we want to see of our graduates here is that an orchestra just arrived from Russia to your country and says to you, we've picked up this folk song from your country. Please arrange it for this combination of instruments. And you do that within 24 hours and give it to them to play. Or we have had this song, we have a choir of 16 voices, female voices, please arrange it for that one. And you do it without winking an eye. That is the sort of thing we expect you to do. To be a musician capable of handling any kind of musical knowledge, musical experience, musical demand that is required of you. So one is gratifying to know that one can do that. So any piece of music can be arranged for male voices, for female voices, for mixed voices, for any group of voice on instruments. That's part of the training. You have the technique, you have been trained in that, you've been schooled in it, so you're prepared for it. You can handle it. So anybody comes to you and says, they arrange this for me for a choir of so many voices. You do it because you have the preparation, you have the training for it. So the male voices things, the glees, even though they are probably originally written for male voices, also I have them also for mixed voices and some for female voices. Unfortunately now, there are not as many girls' secondary schools in Nigeria as there used to be when I was in secondary school. So things like Nnanyelugo girls, Nnanyelugo girls' secondary school in Port Harcourt. My sister-in-law wrote the words, but I wrote the music for it, for female voices. So now there's so much of mixed co-educational institutions that you don't have so many women voice choirs. But so back to the glees, they're not only for male voices, but as you say, they are probably more exposed, being on secular topics. But whether it's secular or sacred, piece of music is a piece of music, depending on what circumstances, what environment, for what purpose, what audience it is composed for or arranged for. So that is something that I'm glad to do and will be glad to do at any other time. So there's no specific thing about it, except your second question, that the words that are in English that I write about them are poems that are meant to set the pace for the environment, not necessarily a literal translation of the words in the Nigerian languages. But they are made to follow the rhythmic structure of the music as much as possible, and a rhyme scheme, which is normal for songs that are in European languages. There's usually a rhyme, and there's a scanning process with the accents wherever they're there. So many metric things. Yambik, pentameter, or trochaic, trimeter, or something. So those words are poems that do not necessarily follow the literal translation, line by line, of the words of the original Gli in Igbo. But talk about or sing about the idea of the spirit behind the songs. I'm just trying to remember an example of ọ bụrụ na anyị ga-eje pam 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 pam, ọ bụrụ na anyị ga-ada ndụdụmbụrụndụ. I used dance there. We can back and advancing, far advancing and backing and advancing, something and romancing, and so on. So the words are popular and in merry-making things, but not necessarily if we are returning, which we are the Igbo words, but in the same dance spirit. So they are not literal translations.